job was as nice job? Based on what I'm saying. Let's look at say decent salary package. Now, who will tell this is decent salary? Who will tell that? Now, let me take one hypothetical example. A person who is graduating from Tejpur University, right, getting a job and then getting some monthly salary. What is a decent salary? Can anyone say from the audience? Some salary. What do you think a person graduating from Tejpur University should get? Monthly salary. Can somebody tell that? Any opinion? Fine. I'm waiting. Anyone can say. 30,000 fine?
No, it will be
For 40,000 fine per month?
1.5, sir.
1.5 lakh?
Yes, sir, minimum.
Minimum 1.5 lakh per month, right? I'm asking per month. Just say something.
60-65, sir.
60,000-65,000 per month, right? Okay, so let us start from there. So somebody who has graduated is getting say some 65,000 or 70,000 job, 70,000 per month job. Now this person is getting same salary like every month up to 1 year. Now do you expect increment or not after 1 year is over? So for that you may say yes, perfectly fine. So we need increment. Now, like a person went to his or her colleague, his boss, and then asked, I need increment. Now boss is saying that, okay, we'll give you increment and you tell how much percentage increment you want. Yeah. So you have calculated and said that's maybe 10% increment or 15% increment. So boss was very much pleased with your work and gave you 20% increment. Now will you be happy or unhappy? Will you be happy or unhappy? Boss has given more than what you had asked.
Happy, sir.
Happy. No?
Happy.
Too much happy, sir.
Too much happy. Good. Now, after say 2-3 days, you realize that your colleague, your friend, who is working in the same company, got 40% increment. What will happen now? You will be happy or unhappy?
Human nature, sir. It will be. I'll not be happy.
Yeah. So now this is where the comparison is coming. Now, this decent salary package, what does it mean, decent salary package? This is where the big confusion is. Right. So now, like whatever is happening outside is making us unhappy. And whatever we want, if we get it, we are happy. But the moment something is changing outside, we are unhappy. Now let me give you two words which are in Hindi, Swatantra and Partantra. Swatantra or Partantra, though two words are there, Swatantra and Partantra, two. Now what is that you want? You want to live a life of Swatantrata or life of Partantrata? So people would say that, yes, I want to lead the life of Swatantrata. No, but every time we compare ourselves with others, that means we are living a life of Partantrata. That is the big problem. Now, whatever amount of time we have invested in education and we have spent our money, we have put a lot of effort, finally, we are leading life of Partantrata. So that is what is the meaning of thinking beyond this, whatever is smart living. So what is that beyond? What is that we need to understand? So let me share those things, the real facts of life. Now, okay, next year if your boss is asking how much increment you want, what we will answer is more than the other person. Now this has become relative. More than the other person, then only we will be happy. So that means what? We want to be local best. Wherever we are doing, we want to be best at that location. Now, if such kind of people are there all around, so what are the problems? And how do we classify these problems? So first, the problems are at personal level. They are loneliness, boredom, purposelessness, lack of clarity, what to do, why to do, lack of self-confidence. So if somebody is getting more, somebody is getting bigger praise than me, then there is a problem, inferiority. Now these personal problems are getting manifested into interpersonal problems. So what are those interpersonal problems? Absence of shared goals. And I don't know how to handle the opinion, difference of opinion, lack of trust, jealousy. These are interpersonal issues. And then these issues are getting transformed into societal issues. What are the societal issues? Like poverty, injustice, corruption, exploitation. These are societal issues. And they are getting manifested into bigger, much bigger problems, that is environmental issues. Pollution, resource depletion, vanishing of ecosystems, these kind of things. All these problems are actually interconnected. We see that they are not, they are different, but they are actually interconnected. So one leads to the other and the vicious cycle manifests. So we need to understand the core of the issue for us to say even for smart living and beyond. So we need to understand this core of the issues while we are in the college itself. And then when we go out and graduate, when we graduate and go out, we will be able to design our own life in a better manner. Now let me discuss. Now on a grand scale, if we look at, so this is existence. You can just imagine also how big is existence. So we can clearly say that there is no limit, unlimited kind of thing. Now if we bring it little short, there are so many galaxies which are existing in it, in the universe. Then from there, if we come to our own galaxy and then our own solar system, so there is a solar system, and then from there to our own abode, which is Earth, and on Earth there are four orders of the nature. So these four orders are physical, pranic, animal, and human order. Now coming down to human order, there are human societies. And then as an integral part of that, human families are there. And from there, an individual. So we can call ourselves as that individual. In that individual, there is something called self, me kind of thing. And I need to understand the entire existence. That is a connect. Until I have the connect of these grand things, starting from myself, family, society, nature, and everything, it is very, very difficult for me to have a sustainable, harmonious living. Now we need to have this entire big framework, but when we work onto in the minute details, all there, some rules, regulations, all those things will come. So those things I would like to discuss with you. Now let's come to nature, which is again yet a grand scale. So nature has this collection of 4 units: physical, pranic, animal, human. So in Hindi we call it as Padarthavastha, Pranavastha, Jivavastha or Jnanavastha. These are the 4 orders. Now when we look at these 4 orders more closely, I'm just keeping aside human order, these 3 orders, Padarthavastha, Pranavastha or Jivavastha. So they are actually mutually fulfilling each other and mutually enriching each other. So that means what? Each one is enriching the other 2. So they are enriching each other. There is a perfect symbiotic relationship between them. You take, say, seed, put in soil, plant comes up. Because of the presence of plant, soil is gaining. Because of the presence of soil, plant is gaining. Like that, animals are gaining from plants. Plants are gaining from animals. There is a perfect symbiotic relationship. This we call it as Avartanshil Prakriya. Avartanshil Prakriya. Now, I bring human being in this one. Human being is getting benefit from Padarthavastha, Pranavastha or Jivavastha. All 3 units, all 3 orders are benefiting human being. But who is getting benefit because of human being? There is soil pollution, water pollution, air pollution because of human intervention. Forests are coming down, greenery is coming down, and then animal and bird species are getting extinct. So where is the main problem? Human order itself. Now we need to understand why human order is not able to coexist with other three orders. The reason is human order is not able to coexist with itself, actually, human order. So when we look at the conduct of all the four orders, Acharan, it's called Acharan, conduct of all four orders, physical order, conduct of physical order is based on its constitution or composition. Perfect physical natural laws are there on which it is operating. When it comes to pranic order, trees and plants, their conduct is based on seed. So if you understand the seed, then we can fairly well understand how this pranic order is conducting itself. Then coming to third one, animal order. So you can take any animal. Animal order conduct is based on breed, vansh. So first one is Parinamanusanghi, that is inheritance, and pranic order takes the inheritance from seed. Animal order takes inheritance from its breed, that is vansh. Now the question is human order. So conduct of human order is not definite right now, but whether it should be definite or not, whether it should be in harmony or not, that is for us to think, understand, and exhibit that. So conduct of pranic or conduct of human order is based on what? This is my question. Anyone, any opinions? Please share your opinion if you have. Conduct of human order is based on what? Okay, so let me answer. Conduct of human order is based on education and sanskar. Based on Siksha Sanskar. Based on Siksha Sanskar. So this is very, very important. So Siksha Sanskar is very important. So we need to understand why this Siksha Sanskar is required. Now, orders in the nature are in coexistence except human being. Human being also need to be in coexistence, but that is possible only if we supply, if we inculcate good education and sanskar. Now, when it comes to say good education and sanskar, how do we do it? And what is missing right now? What is missing right now? Now, let me take, say, again, coming back to this smart living only. Now, say we need lot of, say, higher salary, that's what discussion started with. How much salary is higher salary? How much salary is decent salary? If we put a question on that, and if we compare, say, two families, say one family is rich family, another family is, say, normal but well-to-do family. One is rich family, another one is normal or well-to-do family and well-to-do family. Now, where do we see the difference between these two families? What are the differences between these two families? So, first difference, what we can see is, maybe rich family has a, they may have a big house, big bungalow. And this normal family, well-to-do family may have a 2-bedroom rented flat. Rich family may have 3-4 cars, and normal family may have maybe bike only, no car. Rich family may have a lot of electronic gadgets. Normal family may not have that many gadgets. Now, can we say that this rich family is always happy and normal family is not happy? So can we say that? Is it possible? Any opinion? Please tell me. Any opinion on that? If you have money, that family will be happy. And if you have less money, that family will not be happy. Can you say that? Rich family will be happy and normal family will not be happy. Can we say that?
No, sir.
No. So what does it mean? When we have money, we will have more physical and more physical facility, both or only one. Do you want to be happy or you will get happiness automatically? That's not true. happiness is not automatic when we have physical facilities. What might happen is when facility want only physical facilities, have physical facilities or new things, we get excited. And unfortunately, out of confusion, we think that that excitement is happiness. Now, that excitement is dying out as the days are passing or not. You say you purchased a new car. You are happy that day. But after 1 month, is your happiness same or it has declined? Yeah. Can somebody say something on that? Is same or declined? Maybe you purchased a new mobile phone. Maybe you are excited on that day. But after a few days, is it same excitement or it's coming down?
Decline.
It is declining. No, why it is happening? Why it is happening? Always we want new things, always want new things, new facilities. People should praise us, all these kind of things. By having these things, we want some kind of attention, thinking that attention, paying attention by people towards us is happiness. No, these are not sustainable happiness. Now, what we want is sustain. If physical facility you take, that is understand one basic thing that any only. Whereas the requirement of self is happiness. Happiness is the requirement of self, and body's requirement is physical facility. And in human being, these two are coexisting. Self and body are coexisting in a human being. Human being is coexistence of self and body. Now, let me take one example because you're all young people studying in college. This example will relate to you very fast. Say, let's take like physical facility. What it can do? Physical facility can enhance the capacity of body. Physical facility is the utility item for body. Now, what is the definition of physical facility? Anything which is measurable. Anything which is measurable is a physical facility. Length, breadth, height, weight, thickness. If you can measure it, is a physical facility. That is a requirement of body. Let me give one example. So let's take shoes. Okay, shoe. Why do we need shoes? Why do we need shoes? Why do we need shoes or chappal? Any answer? Anyone?
For our comfort.
Yes, comfort. Another use. Why do we need shoes? Any more?
To protect our feet.
Protection. So protection and comfort are the requirements of body. Now, when you go to purchase the shoes, what do you see? We see brand, we see style, we see pride, we see color, and you observe yourself where you are spending more time to check whether it will protect you or not, to check whether it is comfortable to your body or not, or all the items which are linked to self. So usually we spend more time in finalizing the requirements of self rather than requirements of body. So requirement of body is fixed, whereas the requirement of self is floating. That is the problem. Why? Because there is some amount of happiness we are linking with that, and which is non-sustainable. So imagine you purchased the shoes, very brand new shoes, and next day you came to college and thinking that everyone will notice. Unfortunately, nobody is noticing your new shoes. So that means what? This cannot be, you buy shoes, no problem, but that cannot be an item for happiness, for ensuring happiness. So physical facilities are required for three things. One is nurturing our body, for protection of our body, and for right utilization of our body. These three things we can use physical facilities. And if we lose focus on what it is meant for, what will happen is like a lot of confusions come in and our decisions will go wrong. And one more example I'll give you, and I'll introduce what is the meaning of truth. Now let's take health. Let us take health. Okay. Now, if I ask you this question, do you want to be healthy? What is your answer? Yes, no.
Yes.
Yes. Now, if I ask the same question, say after 1 year, what will be your answer? Same, it will change or it won't change?
It will be same.
Same. So this answer will not change with time. Any time, if I ask you, you will give the same answer. time invariant answer. Then second is, instead of you, if I ask anybody, answer will change or same answer will come? Same answer. So now what is the conclusion? Conclusion is this answer will not change with the time, this answer will not change with individual, this answer will not change with place. So anything which doesn't change with time, location and individual, that is called truth. So health is a truth which we need, all of us need. There are several aspects to health. One aspect I'll tell you, food is one aspect. Food is one aspect. Okay. Now in food there are two components. One component is nutrition. Second component is taste. Now which component is directly linked to health? Which component? Tell me.
Nutrition.
Now what is our priority while selecting the food?
Taste.
No, this is a self-contradiction. Okay, this is self-contradiction. A person who is in self-contradiction will be in harmony or disharmony?
Harmony.
Okay, so person who is in self-contradiction will be in disharmony. That is the problem. Now, unless until we differentiate between the requirements of body and requirements of self, this is the fundamental knowledge. Unless until we differentiate between these two, it is not possible to sustain smart living. It is not possible to understand what is beyond that. So that is why I am trying to stress on this one. So physical facilities are the requirements of body, and we can do only three things with that. We can nurture our body, we can protect our body, we can make right utilization of our body with that. Whereas the requirement of self is happiness. Now, if we want momentary happiness, we can get from all these physical facilities. If our focus is momentary happiness. But if our focus is continuous happiness, then we cannot get from these physical facilities. Now check for yourself, how many of you want momentary happiness and how many of you want continuous happiness? Now tell me, education is for momentary happiness or continuous happiness?
Continuous.
Continuous happiness. Now then what are we doing for becoming continuously happy? Because all our search area is these physical items. Okay, I'm not saying physical items are unnecessary. No, they are required. But we need to understand something more to make meaning out of it. So, important thing is, from momentary happiness to continuous happiness, if you want to go, there is another thing called long-term happiness, which comes from human relationships. Momentary happiness, if you want, you get search in physical facilities, but you want continuous happiness, then we need to pass through this human relationship and understand the purpose of our life. That is what is life beyond smart living. Now, let me come to another important aspect of smart living, that is prosperity. Prosperity. So there's a simple definition of prosperity. There is feeling of having more than required physical facilities. Feeling of having more than required physical facilities. Very simple, concise definition. This definition has two statements in it. First statement is identification of our requirements. And second statement is having more. Two statements are there. So first is identification of our requirements. Now, how to identify our requirements? Our identification of requirements will happen only when we have right understanding. What is the meaning of right understanding? Right understanding means need of body is different, need of self is different. We need to understand very clear. What is need of body? Anything which is physical is the requirement of body. Anything which is non-physical is the requirement of self. Now let's take an example. Say food. Is it physical, non-physical? Is it physical, non-physical? It's physical, requirement of body. Then it's a table, physical, requirement of body. Car, physical, requirement of body. Now satisfaction, non-physical, requirement of self. Happiness, non-physical, requirement of self. Like that, if we differentiate, then it is easy. Or you take up any desire, okay, any desire. You take up any desire, it will fulfill a need. And we have two needs. What are two needs? Need of body, need of self. Need of body, need of self. How to distinguish clearly? So we can distinguish them very, very clearly that if it is physical thing, it is a requirement of body. If it is non-physical thing, it is a requirement of self. If you are able to distinguish between these two, then things are very easy. That's what is identification of our requirement. So we can easily identify our requirement. What are our requirements? Our requirements are, we need physical facilities for nurturing our body. We need physical facilities for protection of our body. We need physical facilities for right utilization of our body. All these three put together, they are limited in quantity. So that means what? We can easily identify our requirements. We can easily. So for example, let's take this bottle. I want to fill water in this bottle, but there is no base. If there is no base, how much water I need to pour to fill this bottle? I can never fill this bottle if there is no base. But if there is base, I can fill and then there will be overflow. That is what is having more than required. So presently what is happening is, like, we are not empowered to understand what is our real requirement. So I'm not telling we have to live with less physical facilities or less things. No, that is not the point what I'm trying to tell. We have to identify our requirement and have more. How will have more than our identified requirement? We have to ensure the availability of more with required skills. That's what training is going on. So right understanding, training for right understanding, training for acquiring skills. Then we will be prosperous. Now, unfortunately, there is less focus on identification of requirements, more focus on skills part. So what happens? I don't know what I want. What I want is what somebody else has. So in that case, what happens? There is a problem. So one example I'll give you. Say, I am 5 feet 10 inch tall. When I sleep, what should be my bed size? Should it be bigger than my size or should it be bigger than somebody else's bed? Suppose if I have 6 feet bed, perfectly fine. If I have 8 feet bed, good, luxury. But if I want my bed size to be bigger than somebody else's bed, then I am in problem. So this relativeness is killing us. This is called Paratantrata. So if we look our living right now, unknowingly we are living this Paratantra life. Let me give one example. When you are at home, what kind of dress you prefer to wear? Most comfortable dress or most attractive dress? Check. So
Most comfortable.
We wear most comfortable dress. But when we are going outside, we want to wear a decent, attractive dress. Now check who is getting attracted towards you by seeing your dress. Unfortunately, nobody is getting attracted. Nobody actually. If you still have doubt, you check how many people you are recognizing by their dress. Right? We talk to people who behave with us in a nice manner. We don't talk to people only if they have a nice dress. No. So that's the relationship. We need to understand this one. If we don't understand this one, then we will be running behind such kind of things only. I'm not saying that we should live with less physical space. That is not the point of discussion. So we need to understand what are our requirements. That is what education is meant for. Now, if we don't identify our requirement, then we cannot have more than that. So that leads to lack of prosperity. Lack of prosperity leads to deprivation. Deprivation leads to exploitation. What does exploitation means? So, iske liye I'll give one more example. Say if you want to buy, say 3 cars, buy 3 cars, no problem. Okay, buy 3 cars, but 2 conditions. You have 2 conditions. You have to meet 2 conditions. Number 1 condition is don't cry when somebody is having 4 or 5 cars. That is number 1 condition. Number 2 condition is even more important is you have to use all 3 cars. You cannot simply put cars in parking and don't use them. So if you have physical facility but you don't use them, that is called exploitation. Whom we are exploiting? We are exploiting nature. by not using physical facility properly. It's called sadupayog, upyog and sadupayog. Upyog and sadupayog. These two things are very, very important. So we have to put that physical facility to use. If we are not using, we make it available for others to use. That is what is required. Otherwise, we are exploiting the nature. So presently, there are many, many rich people. Yes, no doubt. But they have a lot of facilities they don't use. So what we need to understand is we have to identify our requirements and have more than that to have a feeling of prosperity. Then if that feeling is not there, then we'll be deprived and start exploiting nature and others around us. So a prosperous person thinks of right utilization and nurtures the other person. A deprived person thinks of accumulation and exploiting the other person. This is the crux of the matter. Then let's look at what is basic human aspiration. So basic human aspiration is happiness and prosperity and to maintain the continuity of these two. So what is the expectation from education? Understand the aspiration first, and second, achieve skills to learn skills to achieve this aspiration. These are the two things. Now both are required, but unfortunately what is happening is focus on one is more and focus on the second one is less. That means what? We are acquiring skills but not understanding the aspiration. So because of that, what is actually happening is our life is becoming jumble of choices like complete school with good marks, get admission in a good college, get a degree, get job, and so on. Life is becoming chaotic like this. Chaotic. No goal. Lot of hard work is going on, but there is no feeling of harmony within. There is no feeling of satisfaction. Sustained satisfaction is not there. Why? Because that goal, that one which is beyond smart living is not, we are not able to ensure that. What is that goal? Happiness, to be able to lead a life of happiness and prosperity. So for that, we need material things, but there are some things which are beyond that, which are not addressed by material things. Now, role of education. So role of education is to facilitate the development of competence to live with definite human conduct. It's called Nischit Manaviya Acharan. So in Nischit Manaviya Acharan, there are three things. One is values. These are called human values. So where do we use them? When we interact with other human beings. It's called Mulya. Mulya kahan pe? Sambandh. Okay. When we are interacting with other human beings, Sambandh mein Mulya. Second is Charitra. When we are interacting with Samaj. That is character when we are interacting with society. And third one is Naitikta. When we are interacting with Vyavastha. That means all four orders of the nature. Values when we are interacting with other human beings. Second is character. So character has actually two components in it. So number one component of character is how we are earning money and how we are spending money. That is one pillar of character. And second pillar of character is society accepted conjugal relationship, that is married relationship. And the next one is Naitikta, when we are interacting with Vyavastha, that is all four orders of the nature. So these are the components of definite human conduct. And role of education is to facilitate these three things. Now, coming to the innate acceptance. This is part and parcel of every human being. With this, the help of this one, we can easily go forward. Now, mind the gap. What is the gap? So how the conflicts are operating inside us, let us look at this one. Mind the gap. Now, please tell me, do we need to respect everyone or only few people? Yeah, any opinion? Please tell me. Do we need to respect everyone or only few people?
Everyone.
Everyone. Now, question is, are we respecting everyone? Many times, no. This is called contradiction, self-contradiction. Both answers are coming from us only. When asked, do we need to respect everyone? Everyone is saying yes. But are we respecting everyone? Not doing it. That is the self-contradiction. That means what we are and what we really want to be, there is a gap. That gap we need to understand. So there is a gap between what we really want and what we currently are. That is the cause of unhappiness. One example I gave, na? We want to be healthy, but we don't eat nutritious food. Our focus is more on taste. Okay, that is the problem. So what we really want is to live in alignment with our innate acceptance. To live in alignment with our innate acceptance, which is part and parcel of ourselves. We don't have to search everywhere, anywhere. It is there within us, part and parcel. So to live in alignment with our innate acceptance is called happiness. And to live in contradiction with our innate acceptance is unhappiness. Now let's look at these things. What is innate acceptance and where the focus is right now? Let us look at different levels. At the level of our individual, what is innately acceptable? We want happiness, we want clarity, we want peace, satisfaction, health. And what is not acceptable? Unhappiness, lack of clarity, dissatisfaction. These are not acceptable. Health, ill health. At the level of family, what is acceptable? Mutual happiness, trust, respect. And what is not acceptable? Conflicts, misunderstandings. At the level of society, what is acceptable? Prosperity, peace, fearlessness. And what is not acceptable? Fear, exploitation. Nature, we want to coexist with nature. What is not acceptable? Resource depletion and pollution. Now tell me, which side blocks? If red blocks are increasing or green things are increasing day by day? As days are passing, which one is increasing? Red is increasing or green is increasing?
Red one.
Red one. So what is desirable is green one, and what is prevailing is red one. So this is what we need to focus. Am I going in right direction? Am I going in right direction? See, every moment we have this choice, every moment. But unless until I identify these are the requirements of body, these are the requirements of self, and shift our focus to address the requirements of self, not through physical facilities, unless until we do this one, this journey won't start. That is what is beyond smart living. So no matter whatever you do, no matter whatever you do, you may acquire a lot of property. That is maybe a first step. Go ahead and do it. But still, there is no sustainability of that. We think that we will be happy by getting job. Good. We think that we will be happy by getting, say, a big salary. We think that we acquire a lot of property and we will be happy. But finally, what is happening is we have only those things, nothing more. So that human connect is missing. So human connect shifted. Okay, how to do that? Let me discuss that. So, given the choice, which option? Is also happy. Now, which one is preferable? Second one or third one?
Third one.
Third one.
No, in third one,
Third one, sir.
you and your family members, workplace is happy. Society is not, no comment on society. But fourth one, what I'm adding is peace in society. Now, which option is preferable now? Third or fourth?
Fourth option.
Now, in fourth option, we have not included nature. Nature may be degrading, nature may be enriching. We don't know. But in fifth option, we are explicitly putting that like we are coexisting with fifth one. Now you check what is the minimum non-negotiable option. Minimum non-negotiable.
2.
Which one? Minimum non-negotiable option.
Option 3.
Option 2.
3.
3. Good. Excellent. So below this one is not acceptable actually. In option 1, you are unhappy. In option 2, you may be happy, but other person is unhappy. So minimum thing is 3. Now that is where we need to focus. So this is what is called life beyond smart living. Now in smart living, maybe we may be addressing the second one. We have all the facilities, everything put together, all things, all comforts of life are there. But there is no life in it. There is no sustainability. There is always a fear. But the moment we come to third one, so third one to fourth one to fifth one is not a difficult thing. But first, second to third is the difficult step. Why? Because we are shifting our focus from body-centric living or sensual gratification centric living to our sense organs are there. So any pleasure derived from these 5 sense organs is non-sustainable. Actually, these sense organs are to be employed, which is good for the body, which is not good for the body. Their role is that. But unfortunately, we are using it for deriving pleasure. See, there is a difference between animals and human beings in this one. Animals use senses for selecting food. But human beings are selecting food to satisfy senses. There is a huge difference. So that's why there is no ill health problem in the other category, but ill health problem because of eating in human category. That is a big problem. So these choices these options we need to understand very, very clearly. Now tell me where education should focus. Which option education should focus? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which option?
5th.
5th option. Focus of education should be on 5th option. And minimum for a person is option number 3. Okay, these things are very, very important. Now let me go to the next slide. Yeah, to live in harmony is the innate acceptance of every human being. It is not me or your special quality. Everyone wants that. Now coming to fulfillment of needs of human being. Let's look at human being needs. Self and body are coexisting. Need of self is happiness, clarity, peace. And need of body is physical facilities, comfort and food. In time, self's requirement is continuous and in body's needs are temporary. Okay, now one example I'll give you. Say you are hungry and I have food with me. So when you are hungry, I have food with me, I am throwing at you. I am throwing at you. Will you eat? Any opinion? Please tell me. Will you eat if I throw food at you?
No, sir.
Huh?
No, sir.
Yes,
You
sir.
will not eat. Why you don't eat? You are hungry, no? Why you don't eat? Any reason for not eating when you are hungry?
Sir, we
What is that? Yeah,
respect.
excellent. Good answer. That means the respect is missing, right? Good. Now, when you are hungry, I am giving respect. I am not giving food. Is that fine?
No,
Why? Why not fine?
because I am hungry.
Yeah, exactly. So now try to understand. These are not exchangeable. Requirement of body is fixed. Requirement of self is fixed. These are not exchangeable. Right? I have to give you food as well as respect. Now, whose need is continuous? Whose need is temporary? Which need is temporary? Which need is continuous? So it is self's need which is continuous, body's need is temporary. You eat for some time and then you stop. That's it. When your stomach is full, you stop. But need for respect is continuous. Need for respect is continuous. That's why requirement of self are continuous, requirement of body are temporary. But unfortunately, what we are doing is we are trying to derive pleasure through physical facilities. That's why it is non-sustainable. So we need to understand it. So requirement of self non-quantifiable, requirement of body quantifiable, and fulfillment can be done by right understanding and right feelings in self. Sahi samajh and sahi bhav in self. That is the requirement of self. And requirement of body भौतिक रासायनिक वस्तु से पूरा किया जा सकता है. So currently what is happening is prevailing priority. Prevailing priority is high priority is given to physical things, low priority is given to self. So that is harmony in self. So ये चीज को हमको समझना है ठीक से. Human relationships. Okay, this is another important point. So let me spend some time on this one. I'll give one example for this before I go into the details of this one. Say you are traveling in a train. Okay, you're traveling in a train or maybe bus, whatever. So there is a three-seater is there, bench or table kind of thing. Bench is there, seat is there, three-seater. So two people are already sitting there and you are the third person. You went and sat on the third seat. Now train is moving forward. Okay, and then in the next station, fourth person came. So fourth person is looking for space to sit. What do we generally do? We spread our legs. We don't easily allow that person, or we put our bag in between. No space for other person to sit. This is normal behavior. Now when this fourth person is known to you, what happens? We first remove our bag and request other two people, okay, bhai sahab thoda jagah dijiye, and then we accommodate that fourth person. If this fourth person is important, what we do? We even get up and request that fourth person to sit. Now, what is the conclusion from this one? Conclusion is, if we recognize relationship, then we fulfill it. Here you see, recognition is important. We are even ready to give our seat. Recognition is important. So presently what is happening is, we are getting educated for fulfillment. There is no education for recognizing relationships. That is why relationships are going down. The quality of relationships are going down. Why? Because recognition is not given enough importance. So people in the family, they are going out, coming back, going out, coming back. There is practically no relationship. Each one is busy to the extent possible busy. Everyone is busy in their own world. For what? Don't know. Now, in that manner, how the sadness or how the excitement in human being comes. That is the problem. So we need to understand this human connect. So whenever we recognize relationship, fulfillment automatically takes place. Fulfillment automatically takes place. So this is the beauty of human relationship. So if we look at spectrum of human relationship, how many relations are there? Let us look at that. First is parents and children relationship. We can be at any place. We can be at parent stage or we can be at children stage to understand this relationship. Second, brother-sister, brother-brother, sister-sister, that relationship. Siblings relationship. Third one is teacher-student relationship. Fourth one is a friend-friend relationship. Fifth one is wife and husband relationship. Sixth one, boss and colleague relationship. And human being and society. These are 7 relationships. So each relationship has a particular values to be understood. We need to understand this. Now all put together, there are these 9 values. Now if we look at, say, Presently, is there any relationship without a complaint? Every relationship has some complaint. Every relationship has some complaint. Now, if that is there, where is the mistake? So we need to ponder within us and check where is the problem. So it is our understanding of relationship or our recognition of relationship. So now what are the values in relationship? These are 9 values. So first is called Vishwas, Samman, Sneha, Mamta, Vatsalya, Shraddha, Gaurav, Kritagita or Prem. So it's a combination of all actually. So Prem, these are 9 values, universal human values. These are Vishwas, Samman, Sneha, Mamta, Vatsalya, Shraddha, Gaurav, Kritagita or Prem. Now these values we need to understand first. We need to have understanding first. So understanding of the above feelings and ensure the continuity of these feelings within us. If we have this feeling, then we will be happy. And if we express these feelings with others, they will be happy. Right. So that is the starting point of mutual happiness, the starting point of undivided society. Mutual happiness is the starting point of undivided society. Now, how do we operate this one? I'll give some examples and tell you how to deal with people. There are 3 kinds. One is equal to us, our parallel people. Second one is elders. Third one is youngers. So when we are dealing with equals, these 3 values are very, very, very important. Trust, respect and affection. When we are, all 9 values are important, but ye 3 pradhan ho jate hain. And when we deal with elders, reverence, glory and gratitude. Okay. Kritagita. Then when we deal with youngers, Mamta and Vatsalya. Now let me give one example for equals. When we are discussing with say a friend or a colleague, okay, when you are discussing with somebody, slowly the discussion got converted into argument. Now tell me, you want to win the argument or you want to lose the argument? You will put energy to win the argument or lose the argument? Yes? What happens? Tell me. You want to win the argument or lose the argument?
Win the argument.
Yeah. Now, when you win the argument, what will happen? Your friend will become more closer to you or little away from you.
Away from us.
Okay, now if your friend wins the argument, what will happen? You will go close to your friend or go away from your friend.
Away.
Now, so the conclusion is what? Whoever wins the argument, there is a separation. Whoever wins the argument, there is a separation. Now, what we need to understand is winning is not that important. Retaining the relationship is more important than winning that. So if we have that understanding, then we will wait for an opportunity to explain the same thing in a more friendly manner to your friend. Now we win the argument, we get separated from that person. So like that, we have created a lot of repulsions with people. That is the big problem. Right. Now, because of all these repulsions, we don't know where to be. We are finally left alone. The moment you, like say, you think of some people, there is a repulsion. And some people who are with you, there are many aspects in which you don't like them. Right. So you cannot deal with people in like continuously. That is the big problem. So this is the problem of understanding relationship. So one thing which is very important is when I am interacting with other person, one non-negotiable item is mutual happiness. If I violate mutual happiness, then I cannot sustain in that relationship. If I violate mutual happiness, I cannot sustain in that relationship. इसके लिए एक example देता हूँ मैं. A child is crying and I am lifting the child and trying to give comfort to the child. Now child is kicking me. What should I do? Throw the child or hold the child with more, give more comfort? What should I do? Throw the child or hold the child?
Hold the child in one comfortable.
Hold the child. Now, same thing is happening. Your friend is child in that aspect. Your colleague is child in that aspect. But we are not, unfortunately, we are not able to hold them. So to be able to hold a person even when the other person is wrong, waiting for the opportunity to explain that person, that is called dhairya. Dhairya means that. Dhirta means that. So you are holding, you are resisting and trying for the opportunity to explain your friend. Right? That is what is called dhirta. Dhirta, virta, udarta. These are the qualities which are important inside us. So when it will come, when we have right understanding. Say when you explain something to somebody, that person is not understanding it. एक बार समझाया, दो बार समझाया, तीन बार समझाया, कितने बार समझाना चाहिए? कितने बार समझाना चाहिए? How many times you should explain? Tell me, how many times you should explain?
जब तक समझ में ना आए.
Very good, excellent answer. जब तक समझ में ना आए. That means what? Counting doesn't take place. No counting. Counting creates pressure, and all the pressures are coming because of counting. So what is the conclusion? Conclusion is अगले आदमी की कमजोरी मेरी जिम्मेदारी है. This is education. अगले आदमी की कमजोरी मेरी जिम्मेदारी है. If we have this in our living, then all problems will be sorted out, because we know that there will be shortcomings in people. We are accommodating that shortcoming. When we create such kind of environment, then things will go in right direction. This is beyond smartness. Okay, this is what is real living. So ये हमको समझना चाहिए. Okay, and then finally coming towards love. Love is a feeling of being related to every person. हमारा संबंध सभी के साथ है. So इसमें there are three things which are included in it. इसमें what are those three things? Daya, Krupa and Karuna. These three things are there. Daya is called kindness, Krupa is called benevolence, and Karuna is called compassion. Daya, Krupa and Karuna. Simple definitions of these Daya, Krupa, Karuna are: if somebody doesn't have facilities, that means physical things, you are providing those physical things. उसको बोलते हैं दया. If somebody is lacking understanding, right understanding, some knowledge you have to supply, that is called Krupa. Karuna means giving both. Daya, Krupa, Karuna. So if we have this one, if we start exhibiting this in a small manner, like slowly all the relationships around us will get transformed. Okay, and we will also have a lot of peace in ourselves. Now coming to the last point, that is harmony in society. So where are we right now? And what is desirable? Families living together in a relationship of mutual fulfillment. That means they have common goal. People living together, but they are not in relationship of mutual fulfillment. That means goals are different. The third one is people are living separately, opposition, struggle is going on, goals are conflicting. So which is desirable? Which one, first, second or third? Which one is desirable? Which one?
Common goal.
Common goal. उसको बोलते हैं society, समाज उसको बोलते हैं. समाज means that. Second one is called crowd. Third one is called battlefield. So first में focus will be mainly on education and sanskar. That means किसी को कुछ आता नहीं है तो आप सिखाते जाएंगे. कब तक सिखाते जाएंगे? जब तक वो सीख नहीं जाएगा. Focus is on that, because we want people not to make mistakes, and we also should not make mistakes. We try to practice, and we help others practice. But in the second one, focus will be more on laws, rules and regulations. And in third one, focus will be more on punishment. So these are the three things. Now if we look at, say, मानव का लक्ष्य क्या है? There are four items. One is समाधान हर एक आदमी में, समृद्धि हर परिवार में, अभय समाज में, और सहअस्तित्व, coexistence in nature. These are the four things which are required and inevitable. For the right understanding and right feeling in every individual, prosperity in every family, fearlessness in society based on trust, and coexistence with nature. Now they are connected with each other. समाधान है तो ही समृद्धि है, समाधान समृद्धि है तो ही अभय है, समाधान समृद्धि अभय तीनों है तो ही सहअस्तित्व है. Otherwise not possible. If this is missing, this kind of knowledge and education is missing, then what happens is there will be gross misunderstandings. What are the misunderstandings? Presently prevailing things. Assumption that money is everything. Acquire money by any means. So what will happen? तीनों उन्माद आ जाएंगे अंदर. What are the तीन उन्माद? भोगोन्माद, लाभोन्माद, कामोन्माद. Bhogonmad, Labonmad, Kamonmad. Obsession for consumption, obsession for profit, and obsession for sensual pleasure in individuals, people. Then when it comes to society, society is leading towards domination, exploitation, fear. So finally towards terrorism and war. And with our interaction with nature is leading towards resource depletion and pollution. So these are the prevailing things because of gross misunderstanding. And if we take responsibility of living with the right understanding, then all these four things are possible. What is that? सही समझ और सही भाव हर व्यक्ति में, समृद्धि हर परिवार में, अभय समाज में, and सहअस्तित्व with nature. So all these four are possible. So finally, मानव परंपरा के लिए ये चार dimensions है. संस्कृति, सभ्यता, विधि, व्यवस्था, we call it as. So human education, human conduct, human constitution, universal human order. So first one is human education for what? To increase the competence to live with definite human conduct. Acharan kaisa? Acharan to ensure mutual happiness and prosperity. And human constitution is to nature of people living together in a relationship of mutual fulfillment. And universal human order is where the human goal is realized, that is Manav Lakshya. Manav Lakshya kya hai? Samadhan, Samriddhi, Abhay, Sahasthitva. Now, problem is everywhere right now. Where to focus? Focus is on education. So, education is only for not acquiring livelihood, but also life. So, we need to lead our life beyond physical facilities. Physical facilities are anyway required. They are part and parcel. But physical facilities, sensual pleasure is not the whole and sole focus of our living. So with this, I would like to stop here. So these are my contact details, and I hope lecture was useful to you. Now I'm just coming out of this one. Yeah. Yes, sir. Any questions? Anyone? Please. Now, first thing is, does it make sense? In comment, does it make sense what I've discussed with you? Yeah, I'm saying some students are sitting in the class.
Sir, we feel blessed with this lecture.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
There are, sir, around 100 students in our gallery.
Oh, great.
Around 60 have joined online. Initially, there were 75.
Okay.
So around 150 total. But in the gallery, physical presence is around more than 100 now.
Wow.
I think.
Yeah, I'm seeing the hall. Yes.
So you can proceed accordingly, sir. Now, can we have the question answer session? Or?
Yeah, sure. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So anybody who wants to ask question has to come here, huh? You can come here and ask so that you are viewed here. Because we don't have a separate mic to. Introduction देना है. Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I would start with the first question.
Please.
My basic question is: the current generation is enriched with money, enriched with property, enriched with big career. But what is that hollowness that is really working as a sickness? Very difficult to not only the current generation, the student generation, even the young kids. It is difficult to handle in the society.
Yes.
So, any make out solution for that, sir?
Yeah. So the environment, the elders have to generate or create environment for that. So elders who are in a responsible position should start living in a right manner so that they create environment for the next generation. So this next generation, if you tell something, it becomes input for them. But if you do that, it becomes environment for them. So in environment, people learn a lot of things. That's what is happening actually. If you create a wrong environment, they pick up wrong things. You create right environment, they pick up right things. So Avi, now the question is how to create it. A person with a lack of understanding will suffer in any given environment. But a person with right understanding will create environment. Now, as a teacher or as a parent, we need to create that environment. So that's the answer, sir. Yeah, next question.
Next question, please. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your reply. So there is a student.
Yeah,
come
please,
near the screen.
please ask.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Tell your name. Tell your name.
Sir, am I visible?
Yes, somebody is visible. Yeah, this is you. Please.
Myself, Rajdeep from fourth year from CSE. Sir, I had a small question. I wanted to ask that, sir, means there are many hurdles in every stages of life. Sir, coming through 4 years of BTech or any course, so there are many hurdles. So, sir, how to come up with some, means there are small hurdles as well as some, the hurdles are quite difficult to pass, sir. How to, means know, sir, how to, means there are some things that will give us depression as well as some will give us some happiness. So how to, means come up with of that type of depression so that it makes up, means even the depressed times also gives us happiness.
Yeah, okay, very good, very good. So just wait here. The answer is, say, our body will not act at mind's speed. This you have to understand. Body's speed is different, mind's speed is different. Okay. Now what happens is, why these things are coming? When we want to do something, there are 10 other things we are remembering. Thereby we are not able to do anything perfectly. So for that, what we need to do is, you write what you want to do in this day, on this day. You write that and check at the end of the day how many of those things you could do. Now that is your actual competence, actual capacity. Now if you are putting more things than that in that day, definitely you will be frustrated. And if you are frustrated for a long period of time, you will go into depression.
Yes.
So the best thing is what you write in the morning. You write what do you want to do on that day and check how many you could do. So next day you try to readjust yourself. Slowly you will understand that yes, I can do this many things. Okay. So that is the best way to improve ourselves. Otherwise, what happens is we speak big things, but in action we cannot do those things. So other thing is, when it comes to say your subject, if you want to learn something, nobody in this world can stop you. If you want to learn something, right? So you fix something for yourself. So I want to master this subject. Best of the lectures of the world are available right now.
Yes.
You can study. Nobody is stopping you. So we need to have the determination that yes, I want to become a champion in this subject.
Yes.
Do that. Then automatically depression will run away. Depression will never come to us. Presently what we are doing is, we are showing reasons for not doing something. Okay, world doesn't want what you are not good at. World wants what you are good at.
Yes.
So wo karo, bas utna hai.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
So, sir, I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, sir, as that for some people who have one goal, they started family. Okay,
No, it's not audible.
am I audible?
Some noise is coming, background noise is coming.
Okay.
Can all of you put on mute, yourself on mute. Okay, now.
Okay, sir. Am I audible?
Now audible. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. As you have mentioned in your slide that to make a society, we all have to have a common goal. So, which should be started from a family. We all know that every family has a common goal. That's why most of the families are happy. But in that case, some of cases are there where still they are not happy because their goal is same, but they are having that goal. To have that goal, they have different strategy. Individual have their different like plan or strategy. Due to this different strategy, they have conflict among them.
Yes.
Due to which they are not actually happy. So in that case, what will be your suggestion?
Yeah, the suggestion is that at least one person should be on the track of this right understanding. At least one person. Then that one person will make a way for the others.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Yes, Ali Kamran. Sir, there is one more question.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah.
My name
go
is
ahead.
Akash Raj, sir, from BTech Mechanical Engineering.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sir, I have a question. Is it a good expectation to always have a smooth and perfect routine?
Actually, that smooth and perfect routine will not come so easily. Okay. It will, even if you try, it will come maybe after 15-20 years. It's not that easy. If today you write, maybe tomorrow you write and check. If you write 10 items, probably you will be able to finish only 4 or 5 items. So that why we have written 10 items means that much over-evaluation is there on ourselves. So we have proper routine to align yourself in right direction. If you don't have your routine, then you don't know how much others are influencing you. Right? So, I would even say that what movie you want to watch today, check that. Otherwise, what will happen is you end up watching the other person's interest, not your interest. So like that, we are continuously doing many years like that only. We don't have any view. Anything is fine. So we cannot decide when challenges come. Our own opinion doesn't matter there. When we have proper routine, then good. Okay. So what I'm saying is 100% following. It is not that easy, but at least you have a reference line, right? Okay, one more example I'll give you. So from your home to college, when you travel, you have some fixed paths or not?
Yes.
You do experiments every day?
No, sir.
Then why it is not boring thing every day? Because you know the goal, you know the path. So similarly, if we have a proper routine, then it will help in many ways. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yes, next.
Very good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, I am from Department of Electrical Engineering, 4th year. My name is Ali Kamran Ansari. Sir, I have a question. Due to pandemic, there was lots of job loss and the vacancy is not creating that much. So, sir, what is the expectation that the jobs will be created or not, or what is the scope that many vacancies will be created? So, what's the scenario?
Yes. No, actually vacancies will be created. Only thing is we need to equip ourselves and be ready for that, or you be the innovator, you take up a startup company and try to help 10 other people instead of waiting for a job. One idea from your own mechanical engineering itself will be sufficient. You should be charged enough to do that. Because see, you just think about it. 20 years of education you have right now, right? 20 years of education. And there is no point in feeling helpless. 20 साल की पढ़ाई के बाद में हम ऐसा सोचते हैं तो अपने आप को क्वेश्चन करना पड़ेगा, इज दिस समथिंग रॉन्ग, राइट? वो सोचो और आप मतलब 4-5 लोग बैठ के सोचो क्या कर सकते हैं. डोंट बी डिपेंडेंट ऑन पीपल. You create something and create a solution where society has a value for it. Okay, बहुत सारे solutions निकलेंगे. Okay, we need hundreds of such kind of solutions which society can accommodate. You can clearly see that which your field of knowledge can create a solution. You do it, and if you go with that solution, definitely people will like support you in that direction. I'm telling you this. Till you wait for the job. Maybe if you succeed in this one, you may not need any job. You can give employment to many more people. Startup is a very, very good thing.
Yes.
Yeah. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So my name is Prashanjit Das. I'm a second year student of BTech in Electronics and Communication Engineering. I have a question that do I need to worry too much about what others think of me?
No, absolutely no. Absolutely no. Listen, that's all. Nothing to worry. You like whatever image you have on yourself, you create your self-esteem very high. But others may say, others may ridicule. Just leave it, ignore it. Because those things doesn't matter.
Sir, sometimes it's afraid me about thinking. Sometimes it afraid me about thinking this.
नहीं उसका कोई मतलब नहीं है, कोई मतलब नहीं. Suppose say somebody is telling you that you are a useless person. Do you suddenly become useless?
No, never.
No. Somebody is saying that you are super genius. Will you suddenly become super genius? No. Whatever you are. You are trying to improve yourself. That's all. Now, what we need to do is, whenever such kind of comments come on to you, you have a choice. You have two choices. Choice number 1 is you react. Choice number 2 is respond. Now, you tell me which one is good for you.
Sir, respond.
Respond. That's it. You have the habit of responding to it. Why I am saying responding? Reaction, you will lose energy.
Yeah.
Response, you will grow. So response means you have to accommodate the ignorance of the other person also. The other person may be ignorant. So either you keep quiet or respond in a positive manner. You don't react. That's it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. All the best.
Thank you.
सर नमस्कार.
नमस्ते.
तो मैंने आपका लेक्चर सुनने के बाद बहुत ही मन में बहुत जैसे हमेशा सुनने रहे आपको, ऐसे ही मन में भाव आया. आई हैव 2 क्वेश्चंस है.
Please.
पहले एक क्वेश्चन जो है, जैसे वो स्टूडेंट्स ने अभी जो बात की है, जब मन में विचलता आता है, कष्ट होता है, जो पीड़ा होता है, एक मन का पीड़ा होता है, तब उस टाइम हम किससे बात करें? बिकॉज जैसे किसी से बात नहीं करने पर कोई उसी टाइम जैसे राइट गुरु चाहिए, जैसे कोई उनसे एक उसके ऊपर आपका विचार हमारे लिए बहुत ये रहेगा. दूसरा है, आप उसका ऊपर दूसरा क्वेश्चन रहेगा, मेरा जीवन का लक्ष्य क्या है?
अच्छा, पहले का आंसर कर देता हूँ पहले. ओके
जी.
तो पहले का आंसर के लिए मैं एक एग्जांपल बताऊंगा आपको. ठीक कि लाइक आपको 20 लोग मिलने आ रहे हैं, 20 लोग. सो आप आई एम नॉट एबल टू सी यू. कैन यू कम टू द कैमरा साइड प्रॉपर्ली? या. सो अगर 20 लोग आपसे मिलना चाहते हैं और आप अकेले से ही एक आदमी से ही मिल सकते हैं, तो बाकी 19 का आप क्या करेंगे बताइए? उनको वेट करने के लिए बोल सकते हैं ना?
जी
वो अगर दरवाजे के पास खड़े हैं तो थोड़ा अनकंफर्टेबलनेस होगा ना अपने को।
सर
वो सब 20 लोग आपसे मिलना चाह रहे हैं, ओके, तो आप हर एक आदमी से एक आधा घंटा स्पेंड करेंगे। तो पहले आदमी से आधा घंटा स्पेंड करे हैं, बाकी 19 लोग बाहर खड़े हुए हैं। उसके बाद में दूसरा आदमी आ गया, उससे आधा घंटा स्पेंड करें, 18 लोग वेट कर रहे हैं। तो ऐसा अगर जाते हैं तो वो जो 20वां नंबर आएगा ना, वो आपके पास जब मिलने आएगा वो शांत से आएगा या गुस्से से आएगा?
वो बहुत विचलित होगा।
क्यों विचलित होगा बताइए?
क्योंकि इंतजार करते करते उसका जो प्रॉब्लम पीड़ा बढ़ते गया।
हाँ ठीक है, अब ठीक समझ में आ गया ना। अभी नाउ उसको क्या कर सकते हैं हम, बताइए, आपको सॉल्यूशन बताइए, क्या कर सकते हैं उस आदमी को अपन? मेरे पास एक सॉल्यूशन है।
बताइए सर। वो शायद
वो सॉल्यूशन क्या है कि उस आदमी को हम बोल सकते हैं कि आप है ना परसों आ जाइए
जी।
तो तीसरे नंबर वाले आदमी को भी बोल सकते हैं कि आप 1 घंटे के बाद आइए
जी।
5वें नंबर के बाद बोल सकते हैं कि 2 घंटे के बाद आइए। ऐसा करके सब लोगों को टाइम दे दिया है आपने। तो तब क्या होगा, हर एक आदमी से आप निश्चिंत होके आराम से बात कर सकेंगे
जी।
तो वैसे ही अपना जो थॉट्स चलते हैं ना, वो थॉट्स को भी अपने को अपॉइंटमेंट देना है। जो भी कोई मतलब जो पीड़ा आ रही ना, तो हम उसको बताना, अपने आप को बताना है कि इसके बारे में मैं संडे सोचूंगा, इसके बारे में मैं मंडे सोचूंगा। ऐसा करके आप टाइम लगाते जाइए तो तब क्या होगा कि अभी जो आप काम कर रहे हैं उसके ऊपर फोकस आ जाएगा। दैट इज वन एडवांटेज। सेकंड एडवांटेज क्या है कि उसका जो पीड़ा है ना वो अभी अपने को खाएगा नहीं। ओके, तो सक्सेस मतलब कामयाब आदमी का मतलब क्या है कि जिसके अंदर भूतकाल की पीड़ा नहीं है, भविष्य की चिंता नहीं है, वर्तमान से विरोध नहीं है। ये तीनों नहीं है तो वो आदमी कामयाब आदमी है। सक्सेसफुल पर्सन मीन्स नो रिग्रेट ऑफ द पास्ट, नो एंजाइटी अबाउट फ्यूचर, नो अपोजिशन ऑफ द प्रेजेंट। ये तीनों चाहिए। तो ये अगर अपन ये प्रिंसिपल अगर फॉलो करते हैं कि जो भी पीड़ा का है वो थोड़ा उसको पोस्टपोन कर दिया है, तो धीरे धीरे करके क्या होगा, वो याद भी नहीं आएगा बाद में। मतलब से आपके अंदर जो विचार आ रहे हैं ना, उससे क्यों अपने को तकलीफ लेना है। जो हम काम कर रहे हैं उसको इम्प्रूव करते जाएंगे बस, तो धीरे 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 लाइफ ट्रांसफॉर्म हो जाएगा इससे। और हमारा लक्ष्य क्या है, संगीत में जीवन जीना है हमारा लक्ष्य है। संगीत कहाँ से, अपने आप से संगीत, हारमोनी, अपने परिवार के जनों से संगीत, अपने कोलीग्स जो है उनसे संगीत, और जो बाहर के अपने आसपास के लोग हैं उन सभी से संगीत, और प्रकृति से संगीत। बस ये हमारा लक्ष्य है। बस
बहुत सुंदर।
Anybody has any question can ask. Last question, we would go for the last question or we will wind up. So I would like to express my thanks to our gratitude.
Hello, sir.
There is one last question for you. Sorry.
Yeah, please.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead.
Sir, I'm Joshri Datta. I'm from the third year of mechanical engineering, and I'm in the 5th sem currently. And regarding our life in engineering, it is a bit hectic, and moreover with the lockdown period, like mechanical is something which is a practical thing, right? So in the lockdown period, we got so less practical things that now it's very difficult for us to manage with the time, right? And then also my question is not that regarding time management and all, but we all know, we all have a craze for achievement, to be successful in life. We all have dreams in achieving some things, but in that craze we get so much involved in that journey या फिर जो भी कह लो, लेकिन मतलब हम भूल जाते हैं कि how to be happy, and sometimes we have to choose suppose we are working in a project and then we have to dedicate so much of time in that project, but then again I am being called for a party and I want to go for that as well as I have the deadline. Yes, I have to submit that project and I'm dedicatedly working on that project as well. So how, like in that case, a frustration kind of feelings strike us. So how to manage such type of frustrations? How to set our priorities in a way like?
Yeah, simple way. कल पूरा दिन में क्या करना है आप पेपर पे लिखो बस. ये बहुत मैजिकल चीज है. पेपर पे लिखो. आपको पार्टी में जाना है पेपर पे लिखो. किसी फ्रेंड के साथ जाना है पेपर पे लिखो. So what you do is, like from the time you wake up till the time you sleep, divide that into half an hour, 1 hour, जो भी slots है ना, वो लिखो. लिखने के बाद you check whether you are doing that or not. Who is writing? You are writing. Who has to do it? You have to do it. Now how many you are able to do? How many you are not able to do? तब आपको आपके मन के बारे में समझ में आ जाएगा. मन कितना अप एंड डाउन आपको कर रहा है करके. उसी हिसाब से फिर then next day लिखो, फिर next day लिखो, फिर next day लिखो. Then slowly what happens is you will understand your real capacity. Okay. Then you will not promise to people that which is beyond your real capacity. Right. से आपको कुछ काम करना है और कुछ मतलब entertainment जैसा भी है. So whole work is not life, whole entertainment is not life. There should be a balance, right? तो ये बैलेंस आप जब लिखते हैं तभी समझ में आएगा. ऐसा सोचने से समझ में नहीं आएगा. पहले लिखो. Okay, you start writing it. I have been practicing this from many years, and it is working wonders for me.
Okay, sir. Sure, I will do that. Yes, sir.
Please do that.
Yes, sir. So again, one more question with regards to setting our goals or daily goals in that, like that. Suppose we are setting a goal and if we are not able to meet that in the stipulated time or something like that, then we feel so much demotivated. So how to overcome?
कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. कोई रनिंग रेस तो नहीं है ना ये. कल करो. आज एक प्रॉब्लम समझ में नहीं आएगा ना आ गया. कल करो. कल समझो. कल समझ में नहीं आएगा परसों समझो. क्या प्रॉब्लम है उसमें? See, your mechanical engineering has not that many concepts which you cannot finish in next 2 years. Not possible. Very easily possible. For that matter, any engineering is like that. So आपको मतलब एग्जाम के लिए पढ़ना नहीं है, समझने के लिए पढ़ना है. ये ध्यान में रखिए बस. ये जब ध्यान में रखते हैं ना, आप किसी मार्क्स के लिए, किसी क्रेडिट के लिए पढ़ नहीं रहे हैं, समझने के लिए पढ़ रहे हैं. जब समझने के लिए पढ़ते हैं तो पढ़ने का एक टेक्निक बताता हूँ. जो भी चीज आप पढ़ते हैं ना, उसका विजुअलाइजेशन सामने आ जाना चाहिए आपको. लेट्स टेक थर्मोडायनेमिक्स. जब एक भी सेंटेंस पढ़ते हैं उसका विजुअलाइजेशन सामने आ जाना चाहिए. वो किस वस्तु के बारे में आप पढ़ रहे हैं वो दिखना चाहिए सामने. द मोमेंट यू रीड द वर्ड दैट इमेज शुड कम, देन आपकी पढ़ाई हुई, अदरवाइज नहीं हुआ है.
Yes, sir. Like we are really motivated by words. So I have one of my friends in my room and she wants to talk to you and ask.
We have one last question.
Yes.
Sir, one last question. Jaisi, okay, Logan.
Yeah.
This is the last question to wind up the session, sir.
Okay.
गुड इवनिंग सर.
गुड इवनिंग
सर. मेरा नाम बिट्टू कुमार है. मैं सेकेंड ईयर FET डिपार्टमेंट से हूँ. सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है, क्या हो?
बोलिए सुनाई दे रहा है.
सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है, जो जैसे मतलब हम लोगों का भी सर क्लास होते रहता है, मतलब सुबह से लेके मतलब शाम तक. फिर शाम में सर रूम पे जाने के बाद मतलब सोचते हैं पढ़ाई करना है, ये कर मतलब क्या पढ़ना है नहीं पढ़ना है. फिर जैसे ही पढ़ने मतलब जाते हैं तो हमारा दिमाग काम करना बंद कर देता है, क्या करे न करे. तो उस समय सर हम लोगों को क्या करना चाहिए?
या एक्चुअली क्या है ना, जब कॉलेज से रूम जाते हैं ना, तो यू हैव टू डू सम काइंड ऑफ एक्सरसाइज. अपने आप को क्या करते हैं, वो एनर्जी डिफ्यूज करना चाहिए आपको. तो उसके लिए खेलना बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. जब आप खेलते हैं ना, तो खेल से जो थकान होती है तो वो माइंड डाइवर्ट होने का चले जाता है. फिजिकली यू विल बी टायर्ड, मेंटली यू विल बी एक्टिव. तो उसके बाद में थोड़ा रेस्ट लेके, थोड़ा मतलब रेस्ट मतलब सोने का नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं, जस्ट थोड़ा रेस्ट लेके देन यू कैन स्टार्ट डूइंग इट. तो आपको लाइक व्हाट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट वो चीज आप पढ़ सकते हैं उस समय में. तो ये फिजिकल जो गेम्स है ना वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इस टाइम पे. अदरवाइज जो accumulated एनर्जी है, बिकॉज ऑफ दैट यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू कंसंट्रेट ऑन योर स्टडीज. ओके, वो एक सजेशन है, आप यू कैन ट्राई दैट.
Thank you, sir.
So
Sir, I have a question.
the last let's go ahead.
Sir, the same question regarding what Joyshri asked. I am Pooja Sharma from FET third year. So, मतलब ऐसा होता है ना, जब आपने जो बोला टू डू लिस्ट पूरा दिन का बनाने के लिए, मतलब क्या मैं करती हूँ वो, लेकिन उसमें क्या होता है ना कि ऐसे लिस्ट बना दें कि ये काम आज के दिन में हम कर सकते हैं, हमारा कैपेसिटी इतना है, मतलब 1 घंटा में, जस्ट इमेजिन लाइक 1 घंटा में मैं ये 4 पेज पढ़ के खत्म कर सकती हूँ. लेकिन फिर क्या होता है कि पढ़ते पढ़ते जाते हैं तो बीच में कुछ और थॉट्स आ जाता है, तो फिर डाइवर्ट हो जाता है, तो उस वजह से वो खत्म नहीं हो पाता है. फिर एट द एंड ऑफ द डे ऐसा लगता है अरे मतलब ये काम मैं खत्म कर सकती थी फिर भी नहीं किया, तो वो वहां से फिर वो एक रिग्रेट का वो शुरू होता है. तो सर उसको कैसे मतलब करें, ठीक कैसे करें उसको?
यस, वहीं पे रुकिए आप. जो पढ़ रहे हैं नया थॉट आ गया ना, उसको क्या करो, पेंसिल से या पेन से और एक कागज में लिख दो बस. यू हैव टू अटेंड टू इट आफ्टर फिनिशिंग दिस. जैसे आप पढ़ रहे हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे आप पढ़ रहे हैं, मोबाइल बज रहा है, ओके, डोंट अटेंड दैट मोबाइल. ओके, जैसा आप पढ़ रहे हैं कि एक एसएमएस आया, अब एक एसएमएस आया तो क्या करेंगे, एट योर सर्विस मास्टर ऐसा बोल के उसको देखेंगे. जब उसको देखेंगे तो एक मैसेज नहीं देखेंगे, 50 मैसेज आ गए हैं, वो सब करने जाएंगे. तो इफ यू डोंट वैल्यू योर टाइम, हु विल वैल्यू योर टाइम? सो बहुत सारा ऐसा है. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. अर्जेंट नॉट इम्पोर्टेंट, इम्पोर्टेंट अर्जेंट, राइट? सो वी नीड टू फोकस ऑन इम्पोर्टेंट नॉट सो अर्जेंट थिंग्स. इम्पोर्टेंट है, नॉट अर्जेंट है, उस पे जब फोकस करते जाएंगे लाइफ विल बी ऑन ट्रैक. ये मैं करता हूँ, इसलिए आपको बोल रहा हूँ, मैं करता हूँ, यही करता हूँ. इफ सम आई एम डूइंग सम वर्क एंड इफ सम अदर थॉट इज कमिंग, आई विल राइट दैट. एक्चुअली क्या होता है ना, ये थॉट थोड़ी देर के बाद में चली जाएगा. इट डजंट हैव एनी वैल्यू. ओके, इफ इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट यू विल अटेंड टू इट लेटर. प्रैक्टिस दिस.
Okay.
It is a wonderful thing. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, sir. So now our Professor Shubhendu Rai from the Department of MBBT, he will today address the vote of thanks. So may I request Professor Shubhendu Rai to come over to the stage? So I'm handing over to him.
नमस्कार.
नमस्ते.
So पहले तो मैं तेजपुर यूनिवर्सिटी का बहुत बहुत आभारी हूँ. I am enormously grateful to the wonderful university for organizing, I think, one of the most beautiful programs. I have taken few classes of the engineering students, and आज प्रदीप सर ने जो miracle, I shall say it is a miracle and lot of blessings. Students ने जैसे अपना पीड़ा व्यक्त किए, मुझे इसलिए बहुत ही अच्छा लगा. Pradeep sir, we are enormously grateful to you, and we can only tell you, you kindly bless us, and we are conveying our pranam on behalf of everyone who are participating here. We are also enormously grateful to Pijus Da, who has taken all the pain to inviting such an elegant speaker, and Mohanta Bhaina. I called him, he is like my brother, guru, and who introduced me actually to Jivan Vidya. And more you learn, you will realize what a personality he is. So, Mohanta ji, I just want the students to see you. It's very, you just, any problem, you just, आपका मन में जो भाव है, जैसे मैंने बोला, जब पीड़ा होता है किससे बात करना है, मैं जाता हूँ उनसे मुलाकात करता हूँ, पीड़ा दूर होता है. So there are several exciting faculty members also in the university. So मैं इन लोगों को प्रणाम करता हूँ, आप जैसे स्टूडेंट्स लोगों से बात किए. So I am extremely grateful to all the students who actually open their heart. This is a very nice. So I request Mohanta sir as well as Piyush sir, you please organize some of them like once in every month. and the honorable speaker, and they will come. Even if it can be 45 minutes, they will speak for 30 minutes. It will be enormous encouraging for them. So यही बात बोल के मैं आज सभी को प्रणाम करके मेरा व्यक्त शेष करता हूँ.
So thank you very much, sir. We thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can exit now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you and all the best to all students.
Yes, thank you.